If you've ever felt like life keeps throwing you into levels you weren't ready for, then this story will teach you how to stop playing blind and start playing smart. It was 2:37 a.m. The city outside Ayaan's small apartment looked like a dying arcade machine. Flickering lights, neon signs humming, and the faint sound of traffic echoing below. Inside, the only light came from his monitor, where two words glowed in red: Game over. Ayaan leaned back in his chair, exhausted. The irony wasn't lost on him. He wasn't just losing at the video game, he was losing at life. He was 26, jobless for the third time in a year. He'd graduated with dreams bigger than the skyline outside his window, but now his days were filled with job rejections, half-finished ideas, and endless scrolling through social media, watching everyone else win. His best friend had just bought a new car. Another friend got engaged. His parents called every week, their voices filled with a mix of love and disappointment. "When are you gonna figure things out, Beta?" That line replayed in his head every night. He slammed his laptop shut and muttered, "Why does everyone else have the cheat codes but me?" The silence answered him back. Days blurred together. Wake up, apply, get rejected, repeat. Ayaan started to believe maybe he wasn't built for success. Maybe life really was unfair. Until one ordinary Thursday afternoon, everything changed. It was raining that day. Ayaan had gone to the park near his apartment just to clear his mind. He sat under a small pavilion watching raindrops fall in rhythm on the pavement when he noticed an old man sitting across from him with a chessboard. The man was dressed neatly. Gray hair slicked back, eyes sharp but kind. He looked at Ayaan and said, "Care to play?" Ayaan hesitated. "I don't know much about chess." "That's fine," the man said, smiling as he moved a pawn forward. "Most people don't know much about life either, yet they keep playing." Ayaan chuckled nervously and sat down. "You sound like one of those YouTube gurus." "Maybe," the old man replied, "but I've seen enough games to know when someone's playing without purpose." They played in silence for a few moves. The rain softened. The air smelled of wet earth. Then the old man spoke again. "You know why people lose at chess? They move too fast. They think the goal is to take pieces. But the real game is positioning, patience, learning to see 3 moves ahead." Ayaan looked at the board, confused. "And what's that got to do with life?" "Everything," the man said simply. "Most people play life like checkers, rushing, reacting, jumping from one thing to another. But winners, they play chess. Every move has purpose." That line struck Ayaan like lightning. Purpose. That's what he'd lost. He'd been living like a button masher, pressing random keys, hoping something good would happen. They kept playing for an hour. The man never told Ayaan his name, but before leaving he said, "Remember, young man, life rewards those who learn the rules. The game never changes, only the players do." Ayaan walked home under the light drizzle, the sound of rain blending with his thoughts. Play smarter, not harder. That night, instead of watching motivational videos, he pulled out a notebook. He wrote, Level 1, Mindset. Level 2, Discipline. Level 3, Focus. Level 4, Growth. Level 5, Mastery. It felt silly at first, but for the first time in months, he had a plan, a game map. He began to treat life like a game he could actually learn. When he failed, he didn't break down. He reviewed the game footage. He studied his mistakes, his timing, his reactions, his attitude. When he succeeded, even a little, he wrote down why, what worked, what didn't. He set small quests: wake up at 6 a.m., finish 2 applications a day, go for a jog, read 10 pages of a book. At first, the progress was slow, but soon, something inside him shifted. He stopped comparing himself to others. He started competing only with his yesterday. Each failure became data. Each win became strategy. He began seeing life like levels in a game, each one designed not to break him, but to train him. There were days when he still wanted to quit, when the world felt unfair, when people didn't see his effort, but he reminded himself of the old man's voice. Position first, purpose first. That phrase became his mantra. Months later, Ayaan walked into another interview. Same suit, same resume, same room. But this time, he was different. He'd practiced confidence like a skill. He'd studied communication like a mission. He'd stopped waiting for life to go easy and learned how to go strategic. The interviewer asked, "What makes you different from other candidates?" Ayaan smiled. "I stopped competing with them." That answer alone changed everything. When he left the office, he didn't know if he got the job, but deep down, he knew he'd leveled up. That night, he turned on his computer, the same game over screen. But instead of shutting it off, he pressed restart. He whispered to himself, "Life isn't about avoiding the losses. It's about learning how to play them better." And for the first time, the red "game over" didn't feel like defeat. It felt like the next level loading. The lesson is simple. Don't rush through life trying to win every level. Master the game, and the wins will come naturally. If this story spoke to you, subscribe, share your thoughts in the comments, and remember, every day is a new level. Play smarter. Play with purpose.